Welcome to the Big Game Hunting Podcast, where we help hunters like you prepare for the big game hunting adventures you've always dreamed of. Now, here's your host, John McAdams.
Hello, John McAdams here, and you are listening to episode 343 of the Big Game Hunting Podcast. This will be another very short episode, and I have three completely unrelated things for you today. So first, today is Veterans Day here in the United States of America. Other countries have different names for today, like Armistice Day or Remembrance Day. I know every country is a little bit different on exactly who they are honoring or remembering today. And some countries only honor members of their armed forces who died in the line of duty today, but the USA honors all veterans, living and deceased, on today, November 11th. And sort of along those lines, today is also Polish Independence Day. So happy Independence Day to all the Poles listening to this episode as well. So I want to extend a sincere thanks to all of those in my audience who served their country in the military. Beyond that, regardless of who you are and where you live, I hope you have a great day today. Next, I have a request for your assistance with an upcoming project, and before we wrap up, I'm also doing another giveaway for you, the listener, and details about that are at the end of this episode. With regards to my request for your assistance, I am planning an episode in December where I discuss so-called bullet failures. I have a couple of examples I have either experienced myself or people I know well have experienced, and I will share those stories with you in that episode. I would also like to do some crowdsourcing on this topic as well and share some examples from the audience too. So have you ever had a bullet truly fail you on an animal? And when I say failed, I'm not talking about a bullet you recovered out of a dead animal where you merely found the bullet core and jacket separated on the offside hide, but it performed pretty much as expected otherwise. No, I am talking about an actual, verifiable instance where you made a good shot on an animal and the bullet delivered wildly unexpected performance. For instance, maybe the bullet pancaked or fragmented to such a large degree that it did not reach the vitals of the animal. Or perhaps the bullet deflected and did not penetrate in anything close to a straight line. Now, the key thing here is this must be a verifiable claim. I'm not talking about a situation where you thought you made a good shot on an animal and it ran off, never to be recovered, so you just guessed the bullet failed and blamed that for what happened. I'm not saying that never happens. I'm not accusing anyone of being a liar. But unless you actually recover an animal and can examine the carcass in detail, we're really just guessing at what happened. So this must be an instance where you actually recover the animal somehow. As you'll learn when I actually publish this episode next month, all of the examples I have so far involve shooting the animal more than once. For the most part, one of those shots, usually the first one, did not behave as expected, yet the other shots served to kill the animal in question so we could examine it and figure out what happened. Now, in some cases, the bullet simply failed to penetrate deep enough to reach the vitals for one reason or another. In other cases, the bullet wildly deflected after it impacted. I am asking for input from the audience about this subject because I hear people talk about bullets, quote-unquote, blowing up on animals all the time. Yet I have never actually seen that happen with my own eyes. Yes, I have seen bullets behave unexpectedly, but I've never seen that happen. And mysteriously, nobody has ever been able to deliver verifiable proof to me of such a thing happening either. Like I said, I'm not saying it never happens. But every time someone has ever told me that that has happened, it has involved them saying, yeah, I shot this animal and the bullet exploded on the shoulder and it just ran off and I never saw it again. So sort of like I did with Roy Weatherby allegedly killing a Cape Buffalo with the .257 Weatherby earlier this year, I'm trying to get to the bottom of these allegations. So if you do have a story along those lines to share with me, I would love to hear it. Shoot me an email, john@thebiggamehuntingblog.com. Tell me all the details. Tell me the cartridge, bullet, range, shot angle, animal that you're hunting. Where was the animal hit? How did the bullet perform? What did it do? Where did the bullet go? How did the animal behave afterwards? All of that stuff. Photos are not required, but they will be very much appreciated if you do have some to share with me. I can share your story anonymously if you prefer, or I can share your name with the audience. It's up to you. Just let me know. Likewise, I would also be very interested in learning more if you killed an animal and found a healed wound and recovered a bullet somebody else shot it with previously. So if that's ever happened to you, shoot me an email. Tell me what you know about it and what you can share. And maybe I'll share it on the show, maybe I won't, depending on the details. Now, I have mentioned in an email in the past about a guy who did exactly that. He killed an elk with a bow, and he found what appeared to be a Barnes bullet from a 300 Win Mag embedded in the bull's shoulder. I'll talk about that particular story in this upcoming episode, along with any other really good listener submissions, plus a couple of other stories kind of along those lines. Send all that stuff to me as soon as possible if you have any good stories like that, but please do so no later than 1 December 2024. Now, finally, I am giving away a set of Axle Tracker electronic earmuffs. This is a brand new, in-the-box set, literally identical to what I use at the range and sometimes out hunting. The tracker muffs provide hearing protection and hearing enhancement, so you can carry on a conversation with the person next to you at the range or hear the sounds of an approaching deer without exposing your ears to damage from gunshots or other loud noises. Sign up at thebiggamehuntingblog.com/giveaway or click the link in the show notes to be entered in a random drawing for those muffs. Be sure to confirm your email address if you are asked to do so after your sign up. Your entry in this random drawing is not confirmed until you do that. You have until 11:59 p.m. Central Time on 1 December to sign up. I will randomly select one lucky listener from all the submissions on 2 December to receive those muffs. And yes, there will be a Thursday episode this week, and you are going to really like it. My motivation for looking for information about so-called bullet failures may become more clear to you after you listen to that episode this Thursday. So stay tuned. Be sure to listen to episode 344 on Thursday, 14 November. Remember, you can make your dream hunt turn into a reality, and I can help. Thanks for listening. I'll see you back here next time on the Big Game Hunting Podcast.
This show may be over, but we have plenty more for you on our website. For more information on today's topic, as well as lots of other useful hunting resources, head over to thebiggamehuntingblog.com. We look forward to having you back for the next episode. But until then, happy hunting.
What's up, sports fans? My name is Zach Smith, and I was a college football coach for 14 years, coaching at places like Ohio State, Florida, Marshall, Temple, all across the landscape of college football. And yes, if you want to Google me, you will find out there was a massive scandal that led to my firing, Urban Meyer's suspension. And after that, I started a sports show on YouTube and podcast called Menace to Sports. It's behind the scenes, unfiltered, just raw and real. If you want to learn more about college football, come hang out with us.